Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport, and today we're taking a look at the 1995 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 3 from GSR. So this is part of the third generation of the Lancer Evolution, but it's based on the 5th generation of the standard Lancer. GSR, by the way, stands for Grand Sport Racing, and this generation lasted from February 1995 to August of 1996. So these early Lancer Evolutions had very short lifespans. For instance, the oldest version that we've ever had of the Lancer Evolution before this was added to this game was the 6th generation from 1999. So yeah, 3 more generations would succeed this before we even hit the 2000s, which yeah, just shows how quickly these cars were, you know, improved, upgraded, fettled with, and such and such. So yeah. The improvements on this car over the 2nd generation include altered front bodywork to improve air supply to the radiator, which is necessary due to increased power output from having a higher compression ratio and a new turbo compressor. It's also got improved handling due to it reducing the lift with new side skirts, rear bumper, and a larger rear spoiler, so the car was more planted when necessary. And just like the previous generation, it's got all-wheel drive, it's got a pretty potent engine, and yeah, it really does look the part. It looks like you'd expect a JDM car to look like from the 90s, quite frankly. But it's by no means impractical, as we'll get inside to take a look. So yeah, pretty well equipped for the most part. One thing I do hate about this game though is the fact that it's not got the best lighting for this Auto Vista or Forza Vista mode. But yeah, you've got your Momo steering wheel by the looks of things. So yeah, you've got a pretty good steering wheel on the go. It's in kilometers an hour because it is a JDM car. I don't think these were ever sold outside of Japan before the year 2000. And yeah, but it's still, at the end of the day, like I said, based on a standard Lancer, so it's got plenty of practicality in terms of the rear space, and it's even got some boot space on the go on top of that, as you can see. So yeah, pretty good in that regard. You've also got twin exhausts to go with that rear spoiler. You've got the nice white Oz wheels, and yeah, like I said, you've got a pretty potent engine underneath as well. So like the previous generation, it is a 2-litre turbocharged inline-4 engine, but it now produces 267 horsepower and 228 pounds-feet of torque. Now, from what I can gather, that is the same amount of torque as before, but due to the higher compression ratio and the slightly larger turbo compressor, that's 15 horsepower more than the prior generation. And to top all of that off, it's not even a heavy car. Despite being a saloon and having all-wheel drive and all of the bodywork, it still only weighs 2,778 pounds. So very light for a car with that kind of power. I mean, you'd find hot hatchbacks that are about that kind of weight, but they typically are smaller than this, have only front-wheel drive, so they don't have a rear diff to add any weight to. And yeah, they typically have even less power than this. So yeah, pretty powerful, and which is made all the more powerful by the fact it doesn't weigh all that much. So yeah, the engine does not have a lot of weight to lug around. So yeah, but nonetheless, let's get out onto a track and see what this car can do. Alright, so here we are at Suzuka, so we're only going to go around for one lap because it's a pretty lengthy track, to be honest. But yeah, we'll first hear what this car sounds like, and then we'll talk about it some more. yeah, I've always been a big fan of the 6th generation of the Lancer Evolution. It's easily one of my favourites from a range of cars. And like I said, that up until now was the oldest version of the Lancer Evolution that we've ever had. So I'm really glad that they've put this into this game. It is newly added to the game, by the way. You can only get it in the Ultimate Showroom for a good price. So get out there and get it if you haven't already. But yeah, still really enjoyable car to drive, to be honest. No, it's not perfect in terms of handling. You know, you certainly will get better handling versions of this car in its later generations. It's like the 6th generation, for instance. But it's still pretty potent in terms of acceleration and speed, and the handling is still overall really well on platform to deal with. So yeah, and acceleration is pretty sharpish as well. 0 to 16, 4.9 seconds. 0 to 113.320 seconds. And it goes to top speed of 159 miles an hour, which, yeah, it's hard to argue with, to be honest. So yeah, I can fully see why these kind of cars quite quickly became popular, because, yeah, obviously this is the 3rd generation, but even then I guarantee that the previous generations were also popular, because at the end of the day they are fast, they are good handling, they look reasonably good, and yeah, they're also practical on top of all of that as well. So yeah, fully see why these are so popular, and yeah, I'm really pleased with this being added to the game. It's probably one of my favourite versions of the Lancer Evolution that we now have on any Forza game. So yeah, like I said, it's out there for a cut price. Get it if you haven't already, and yeah, it's really pleasing to see that they're adding these kind of cars to this game. It's the kind of thing they should have been doing from the start, quite frankly, adding cars that we've never had before on a Forza game, while also adding cars that are fun to drive around the track, because at the end of the day this is a track-based game. So yeah, hopefully more of this will come in the future from this game, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.